Are you looking for the best online education at the most affordable school fees? Enroll now at Jose Maria College. Jose Maria College, under the leadership of its founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, holds true to its mission of providing an assured, consistent, and quality education amidst the ongoing crisis on COVID-19. To ensure that all students will get the best learning experience, JMC provides an assured education with the most flexible learning delivery choices. To highlight the learner's wit and abilities, JMC is consistent in providing the best learning exposures with a student-centered showcase of extracurricular activities. Amidst the challenges of the new normal, JMC guarantees that quality education is not compromised through our learner-centered curriculum, highly trained and dynamic faculties, and state-of-the-art facilities designed to deliver the best learning experience to our students. We are proud to say that JMC is fully equipped for new normal education. What are you waiting for? Enroll now! Scan the QR code on your screen for more details. Your future is our mission. Enroll now!
Enroll now at JMC. Enroll now at JMC. With our assured, consistent, and quality education. Enroll now at JMC. Enroll now at JMC. Enroll now at JMC. In this new normal way, our future's our mission. Enroll now at JMC.
Welcome to this virtual presentation of Jose Maria College. In the year 2000, school founding president Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy led the groundbreaking ceremony of Jose Maria Academy at the Kingdom of Jesus Christ compound, Sasa, Davao City, Philippines. Pastor Apollo named the school after his parents, who gave him the foundation of being a good person, his father Jose and his mother Maria. After complying with all the requirements of the Department of Education, Jose Maria Academy opened in 2002 for preschool education until the second grade in the elementary level. In 2003, the Jose Maria Academy was named Jose Maria College after the Securities and Exchange Commission approved its conversion from academy to college. In 2004, the Commission on Higher Education issued a government permit for AB Theology and AB English programs. In the same year, complete elementary and secondary programs were offered by the institution. Secondary education, major in English and Math, Bachelor of Elementary Education, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, and AD Mass Communication. Two tested courses, Diploma in Computer Technical and Diploma in Computer Science, also started to operate. In 2005, more courses were added. Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, and Bachelor of Science in Psychology. The Bureau of Immigration also granted Jose Maria College the permit to admit foreign students. TESDA also approved the 6 months caregiver course. In 2006, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Financial Management was opened. And in 2010, Bachelor of Science in Social Work program started to accept freshman enrollees. In 2014, JED granted a permit to operate Bachelor of Science in Criminology. TESDA also added its programs Housekeeping NC2, Healthcare Services NC2, and Massage Therapy NC2. In 2016, after the approval for the Department of Education, JMC offered the 4 strands for senior high school: Business, Accounting and Management, Humanities and Social Sciences, Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, General Academic Strand, and Technical Vocational. In the same year, after the series of inspection and compliance with the requirements of the Legal Education Board, JMC was granted permit to accept the first-year enrollees in the College of Law to cater the needs of the working and non-working students. The Bachelor of Laws offers 2 curricula: 5-year program for those who cannot attend classes every day, and a 4-year curriculum for the non-working students. The 5-year curriculum requires the student to attend classes from Friday to Sunday. In 2019, JMC was granted permit to accept first-year enrollees in the College of Medicine, joining other colleges and universities producing medical doctors after having been found out that there is an innate need of public health and wellness aspect. In 2020, new courses were offered: Bachelor of Science in Medical Technology and Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Filipino. Through the years, the Jose Maria College continues to aspire in achieving and sustaining excellence in every area of its teaching and research as a recognized leading world-class educational institution with a commitment to offer an assured, consistent, and quality brand of education. Because at JMC, your future is our mission.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of JMC EduTrends, a discussion that informs, inspires, and transcends. To all our first-time viewers, this program streams live on www.facebook/Jose Maria College and on YouTube at JMC EduTrends. Don't forget to type in your comments and questions, send your emojis, click the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you would be notified of future discussions on JMC EduTrends. Without much delay, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the program host of today's discussion.
Ladies and gentlemen, folks and friends, welcome to another episode of JMC EduTrends, a discussion that informs, inspires, and transcends. Well, you know what? As early as now, I believe na lahat tayo nafe-feel na natin ang feels ng Burr months. And so to speak, I would like to say happy 19th founding anniversary to Jose Maria College. So yes, this is very timely. This episode is very special. We have invited a highly esteemed resource person from the government. And let me first introduce myself. I am your host, Lord Vincent Van Mendoza, the head of training and development of this great academe, and I'll be with you in this another special episode of the show. This is being broadcast via official YouTube and Facebook channels of Jose Maria College. In our previous episode, so entitled Governance of the Youth Sector, we discussed details on youth development in which young people like you gain skills and knowledge necessary to civic engagement, education reform, and community organization. organizing activities. In conjunction with that, today we bring you another youth related topic focusing on the Filipino youth of today, guiding of the new generation. And so that, we can renew and refresh the current status of our society, including leadership, innovation, skills, and a lot more. And to double the fun, I have with me joining in our show today one of the most, sasabihin ko na sigurong pinaka-productive na youth leaders ng ating bansa, specifically dito sa Davao City. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please help me welcome my co-host for today, Emmanuel Christmas. There we have it. Good morning, Eman.
Ayan, so Sir Vince, thank you so much no, for gracing this and for inviting and for having me in this show. Thank you so much as well for introducing nakakahiyaman, but I'm really happy that we have this kind of talks for the J Marians and for the rest of the youth in Davao City. Truly, I'm pretty sure na magiging napaka-productive, magiging napaka-exciting ng ating discussions this morning.
I am just wondering, how is the life of a youth leader and at the same time a student, just like you are? Paano ba yung buhay?
Mm. Well, napakahirap, Sir Vince, no, napakahirap kasi you have to manage your time as well as your priorities. Kasi ang daming priorities around me or around us as youth leaders. So yung time management lang talaga yung pinakakailangan. Tapos yung commitment kasi once you set the your time or once you have the time management and you're committed to do that, then you will succeed. Plus, there's a plus on that kasi dapat tatlo sila. Time management, commitment, tapos consistency. You have to do it consistently. Kasi kapag consistent ka in doing that, parang magiging natural na lang siya in the coming days, no, in the coming months, or as you prosper, magiging normal na lang yung pagiging busy mo. So busy siya, mahirap siya, pero because I am committed of the goal I set and because I am doing it consistently, hindi ko napapansin yung hirap. Actually, mas nai-enjoy ko siya.
I got it. When you commit to something, you really have to devote your time. You mentioned that we have time, we have commitment, and at the same time consistency. Because I also believe that it doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you keep on moving. Do you also agree with me? Di ba tama
Yes,
yun, ano? Yep. So
I,
I think
I do
some,
agree.
yeah, yun nga. Kasi yeah, with the situation na kagaya nung sa'yo, the experience, paano ba yun, working on the side and then nag-study. So yeah, at least
Mm-mm.
I think yun yung tatlo eh. Tatama ka talaga dun. I so agree with you. We have time, commitment, and consistency. By now, ano ba yung parang picture ng ano natin ng Filipino youth natin today?
Mm-mm.
I'd like to hear from you, being a youth leader. Ano ba yung
Yes.
picture ng ating ano ngayon?
Yes, actually, the Filipino youth today actually consists of ambitious and innovative individuals, no, who are actually preparing to immerse themselves in a highly digital and globalized world. With the technology and information having paramount value, they tend to more tech savvy and computer literate kasi nga with the new normal education setups that we have now, nasa computer, nasa cellphone tayo, and because of the skills, no, yung digitally inclined na skills ng ating mga kabataan, they maximize that, no, ginagamit nila in many ways, especially doon sa mga webinars, sa mga seminars, and apart from that, napaka interesting din kasi marami din sa mga kabataan natin na ginagamit yung social media to provide peer-to-peer counseling, no, peer-to-peer support, especially in this time of pandemic, no, na ang dami talaga or nag-i-increase yung mental health issues, not just in Davao region but in the entire Philippines. Kaya napaka magandang initiative yung ginawa ng ating mga kabataan na they use the platform, the social media platform to help their peers, no, in providing just peer-to-peer counseling, parang ganun lang.
Yes. And speaking of youth, Emma, no, I believe yung audience natin ngayon are are very young at saka yung iba din young at heart. So we might
Mhm.
as well wanna do a quick shout out muna sa kanila, no. We have SF3 students daw. SF3 students. Ano ba yung SF?
Yes, SFU
Basta
students
SF3.
ng Jose Maria College. Yes po. Meron tayong mga participants watching live doon sa ating YouTube at saka sa Facebook Live natin.
Ayun, yeah. So we have Limen Young. Oh, may from Korea ba dito? And the other JMC EduTrends family natin. Shout out especially sa ating SF3 students. Ayan.
Mm.
And the rest of our JMC EduTrends family. There you have it. Eman, so that we can siguro establish the or set the context kasi yung pag-uusapan natin is the Filipino youth of today. We're going to do a quick na lang parang throwback
Mm.
shortly, but gusto kong isali natin yung special guest natin or tsaka yung highly esteemed natin na resource person for today. Would
Mm.
you do the honor of introducing him so that
Um,
our audience
yes,
gets to know him po?
sure. So our guest speaker this morning is currently serve as cabinet secretary. No, he also appointed by the president Rodrigo Duterte in November 2018 to head the office of the cabinet secretariat. Secretary, he also serves as close advisor to the president and ensures close coordination among the different agencies of government such as DILG, DPWH, DSWD, DOH, and others. He also committed to helping the president deliver on his promise to bring development in all regions, provide more opportunities to those living in the provinces, and uplift the economy in the countryside. He is also a staunch advocate of advancing program against hunger to end and overcome hunger concerns in different parts of the country, find solution to water shortage in household while expanding irrigation in agricultural lands, and to finally achieve long-term peace in Mindanao. Before he was appointed as the cabinet secretary, he also was also chair of the powerful House Committee on Appropriations, which approves the national budget for annual expenses of the government. He also served as the three-term congressman of the first district of Davao City, a lawyer by profession. He previously worked for the Nograles law firm in Davao City. He also one of the recipient of the numerous prestigious awards as outstanding legislator. He also received the Golden Globe Award for Excellence in Public Service. That's in 2015 and 2016. He was also recognized as an outstanding congressman in 2012 and 2015 by Super Brands Marketing International. A graduate of a graduate from Philippine Science High School. He also holds a degree in Bachelor of Science in Management Engineering from the Ateneo de Manila University and Juris Doctor from the Ateneo de Manila Law School. He was born and raised in Davao City, the second among four children of Prospero Nograles, the former Speaker of the House of Representative, and Rodora Benigno Nograles, a cousin of President Rodrigo Duterte. As a cabinet secretary, he actually leads the following, one of which is co-chair of the Interagency Task Force Emergency Infectious Diseases, or the IATF task to formulate policies and plans and leads all government efforts in addressing the COVID-19 pandemic as well as preparing the country for post-pandemic recovery. He also chair of the Interagency Task Force on Zero Hunger, tasked to formulate the country's national food policy to ensure the attainment of zero hunger and poverty eradication consist with the Philippine Development Plan. Also, Vice Chairperson for the Government Sector, National Anti-Poverty Commission or the NAPC, which is tasked to oversee and ensure the implementation of the NAPC resolutions concerning poverty alleviation programs and address sectoral issues and concerns that needs presidential action, directive, and also to approve common mutually agreed agenda of the government agencies and the basic sectors. He also chair of the National Irrigation Administration or the NIE, which is responsible for development and management of irrigation and agricultural lands. He is also the chair of the Cabinet Assistance System or the CAS, which handles priority areas of matters that need special and immediate attention of the president and the cabinet. He is also the chair. He's also the chair of the Cabinet Cluster Secretariat, which monitors the directives and promises of the different clusters of the Cabinet Secretariat. Among them are the Economic Development Cluster, the EDC, Human Development and Poverty Reduction Cluster, HDPRC, and Infrastructure Cluster, the IC, and of course, the Secretary Justice and Peace Cluster, that's SJPC, and etc. He also authored the following laws, no? One of which is the Green Jobs Act, which encourages the creation of green jobs, of jobs that preserve or restore the quality of the environment. Incentives are also given to businesses who are able to provide green jobs. Apart from that, Job Start Philippines Act, where high school graduates are given opportunities to register and become Job Start trainees to undergo training and have work experience that companies require. He also authored the free higher education, which ensures the college tuition fee free. Tuition is free for those enrolled in state universities and colleges, local universities and colleges, as well as state-run technical vocational institution. He also authored the salary increase for police and AFP personnel. As chair of the House Committee on Appropriation, he made sure the funding is provided for the following. One of which is the free higher education law, the national ID system, additional higher budget for irrigation, and the modernization of equipments of the Philippine National Police (PNP) and Forces of the Philippines (AFP). Other laws and advocates for cancer care bill, which aims to make cancer treatment affordable. Universal health care bill to make health care free for all Filipinos. A bill that aims to have a regular officials of barangays receive monthly salary, and other awards receive TESDA Kabalikat Award for Region 11 in 2013 and in 2025. With due respect, we'd like to help me acknowledge or help me welcome our guest speaker this morning, Cabinet Secretary Karlo Alexei B. Nograles. Let's give a virtual round of applause.
Maraming salamat, Emmanuel Christmas. Galing naman ng pangalan. Hulaan ko yung birthday ko.
December po. Earlier. Malapit na po doon, Sec.
Cabinet Sec, speaking of birthday, we just discovered through Google, sabi ni Google na bukas pala yung birthday mo.
Yeah.
Happy birthday po in advance.
Happy birthday.
Salamat. Thank you. Thank you for
Parang
the
nagulat
advance
si ano.
greeting. Ayan.
Si Capsec.
May pa-birthday kami, Sec.
Capsec,
Akala ko ito na yung pa-birthday ninyo na magsasalita ako.
Opo, advance birthday gift na po ito. Anyway, Cabinet Sec, we have noticed na that you have a very lengthy bio note. It could mean, yun, in one way or the other, na napaka-productive mo. And Cabinet Sec, among those accomplishments, which one yung masasabi mo na you are most proud of?
Yung sa Task Force Zero Hunger. Yun po yung yun yung currently na tinatrabaho po talaga natin. Kasi ever since, kahit nung nasa Davao pa ako, wala pa ako sa Congress, kahit nung nasa Congress na rin ako. Hanggang ngayon, yung problema talaga ng kagutuman, yun po talaga yung long-lasting problem na kailangan na nating tapusin at wakasan. Kaya ever since nung nasa Congress ako, I was already working on a bill to legislate yung action or yung kumbaga yung structure na dapat meron ng gobyerno para tugunan at wakasan ang problema ng kagutuman. For 3 terms in Congress, this was something that I kept working on. No? Pumapasa naman siya sa House of Rep. Walang problema sa House of Representatives. Ang problema lang, pagdating sa Senado, hindi ko alam kung bakit, pero inupuan. Parang hindi sila believe dun sa panukalang batas ko. Kanya nung na-appoint ako ni Pangulong Duterte bilang cabinet secretary, kinonvert ko yung aking House bill into an executive order. At ito nga po, pinirmahan ni Pangulong Duterte at nabuo yung aming Task Force Zero Hunger. Kaya nabuo rin yung aming itong National Food Policy at nasimulan na po natin yung pag-coordinate ng efforts of government to combat hunger, especially sa time ngayon ng pandemic. Kanya inaasahan din po namin na kung sino man yung magiging susunod na administrasyon, itong ginawa naming National Food Policy, which is actually a blueprint or a roadmap towards zero hunger, ay maaari naming ibigay or ipasa sa kanila para ipagpatuloy nila yung ano man yung nasimula namin. And ganun din po sa next administration after that. No? Kasi meron tayong commitment to the United Nations. Particularly, it's called Sustainable Development Goal number 2, which is to end hunger by year 2030. So ibig sabihin, between now until 2030, 2 administrasyon pa. So pagkatapos nitong administrasyon na ito, 2022, yung next administration will come in from 2022 to 2028. And then the next administration after that is 2028 to 2034. So ibig sabihin, tatama talaga siya, yung 2 administrations from now, tatama talaga siya sa year 2030, which is our target year where we can say goodbye to gutom here in the Philippines. Of course, mas challenging siya ngayon kasi dahil sa pandemic na ito at hindi natin alam kung saan papunta yung pandemyang ito, no? But all the more reason for us to exert all efforts, no? So medyo timing lang din na nabuo itong task force kasi yung problema na dala ng COVID-19 actually is ang problema ng kahirapan at kagutuman.
Ayun.
I see. That's a very wonderful act of service talaga, Kabsek, ano. But before we go on na parang ano talaga the discussion, Kabsek, we would like to to start lightly muna ni Eman. Here's the thing po, Kabsek. We're going to show a couple of pictures. And you tell us if you could remember, if you have siguro memories with the picture. Okay, let's try to see if baka nag-fall yung generation natin sa on the same na year or parang ganun po. Okay. Sige po.
Surprise ha.
Yes. Direct, pwede bang pa-present ng yung paano ba ito teka lang ha.
Sige po.
So,
ayan.
That's the first picture. Nabutan mo ba ito, Kabsek?
Porcelain plato.
Well, nakikita ko lang yata yan sa TV pero or sa mga movies.
Wow. Kasi alam mo Evan, sosyalan kasi yung mga plato ni nila Kabsek.
Ito ba yung mga porcelain na mga plato?
Oo, ito yun. Bakit ako lang nakaka-relate dito?
Hindi ako familiar.
Okay, sorry naman po. Okay, what about this po?
Ibig sabihin yan, bata pa ako kung hindi ako familiar.
Agree
Pwede,
on that,
Kabsek.
Kabsek.
Okay, okay.
What about this
Ito,
po?
yes, of course, nabutan ko to. Ito yung mga Nokia. Ito yung mga
So,
Nokia
ano,
phones na nauso
na
nung
kaya
ano ko.
yung naabutan mo talaga, Kabsec?
Nabutan ko to. Nauso ito nung time na nasa college ako. College hanggang law school.
Oh.
Nokia yung gamit namin. Yung laro dito, Snake.
At saka Space Combat.
Snake.
Yes, correct. Tama,
Tama,
tama.
tama. Yung una ko talaga nagamit, Kabsec, is yung ano yun, yung 5110.
Oh, yun. Oh, medyo social na yun.
Diba? Oo, yung, di ba yung may antena na ano,
Oo.
3310, 8210. O, di ba? Bata pa talaga kami, Eman. So, sorry pag hindi ka
Sorry.
Okay,
Ano
what?
na naabutan ko kasi yung ano na yung mga Samsung, BlackBerry, yung mga ganun nga, iPhone.
Nax.
Oh, next naman. Okay, what about ito? Yan. Kabsec, ano ba, for sure yung mga, ano, no,
oo.
yung mga anak ng mga government
Oo,
officials,
hindi.
naglalaro
Yung
din
sa
ba ng
dahon,
ganito?
ginaganyan.
Pinuputok mo yung ano, pinuputok mo yung
Dahon.
dahon para gumawa ng sound.
Yes.
Malakas na sound. Yeah.
Correct.
Ginagawa ko
ganun
rin
ba
yan
yun?
noon. Nung kabataan ko. Mga grade school, ginagawa namin yan.
Hanggang ngayon naman may mga
Nice.
gumagawa niyan, Sir Vince. Pati mga pamangkin ko, tinuturuan ko din ng mga ganung activities, mga ganung laro.
I see. Ikaw ay isang ano, dapat kang tularan na tito.
Meron
Hindi.
po.
Pero ngayon, Kapsec at saka Emma, ano, these days, ang dami ng ano nag-engage into yung ano yung leaf art. Familiar ba kayo sa ganun?
Yes, yes.
'Di ba? Yung grabe ang galing. May
Oo.
nag-ano nga nag-carve nung ni President Duterte. Tapos ipagayon siya sa sunlight. Maganda tignan.
Oo.
So, ibig sabihin bata din talaga kayo.
May gawa rin kayo Tara na leaf art.
Okay. At saka ito po yung last po. Yan, baka nabutan ba ito ng ano? Absek, nabutan mo ba to?
Ay, oo, nabutan ko to. Nakalimutan ko na yung title nito. Pero sa ano ito? Sa Family.com ito eh. Family Computer.
Circus ba ito?
Oo,
Circus, ano?
tumatalon siya sa sa Ring of Fire. At may apoy din dyan sa ilalim. Family Computer.
Yes.
Ay, grabe. Ang galing ni, galing ni Kabsek. Ibig sabihin nun, Emo,
Sorry. Hindi ko alam yung portion nito.
ibig sabihin nito, Evan, masaya ka banding si Kabsek.
Oo.
Kaya naman, to also set the context, para mabigyan din ng guidance yung nung youth natin. We also need somebody who once was a youth. Okay, kaya nga we invited him and saka so that we can also compare and contrast. Ano ba yung views, perspectives ng youth noon at saka ng youth natin ngayon. That's why you two are here in the show. Yeah, and so ganun nga Kabinet Sec, are you ready sa ating ready ka na ba sa aming mga hinihandang questions?
Sure.
Or, Emma, would you like to pose the first question that we have prepared?
Yes po. Siguro this is in relation na lang, before that question, this is in relation to the one you mentioned earlier, Sec, no, with regards to the fight against hunger. Nasaan na po ba tayo from the start until now? Nasaan na po ba tayo doon sa kampanya natin in fighting against zero hunger?
Okay. So, meron tayong several na indicators na tinitingnan, no? Ang unang indicator diyan is yung mga kabataan natin in terms of their nourishment, in terms sa kanilang nutritional intake. So, meron tayong indicators called stunting or pagkabansot ng mga bata natin. Dahil ito po yung patunay kung tama ba yung nutritional intake ng bata. Kasi kung hindi maganda or hindi tama yung nutritional intake ng bata, ang mangyayari po dyan is magiging stunted yung growth. Pag sinabing stunted ang growth, maliit yung kanyang height para sa kanyang edad. So yun yung isang indicator na tinitingnan natin. Unfortunately, based sa mga records natin, 1/3 ng mga kabataan natin ay stunted. Actually, dating 1/3, now medyo bumababa na. Pero medyo mabagal yung pag-solve natin ng problema ng stunted growth. Bakit importante ito? Kasi po, pag stunted yung growth ng bata, ibig sabihin, undernourished siya. Kung undernourished ang bata, ibig po sabihin, hindi niya na ma-maximize yung full growth potential niya sa kanyang katawan at sa kanyang utak. Kaya napaka-importante na mabantayan ito. And the latest science shows that the most important and critical period sa buhay ng isang tao kung saan dapat bantayan yung kanyang timbang, ang kanyang height, para malaman talaga, at ang kanyang pagkain, kumbaga, ang kanyang nutrition, is yung first 1,000 days of life. Anong first 1,000 days of life? Nagsisimula yan sa unang moment, the moment na makonceive ang bata sa sinapupunan ng nanay, all the way sa pagpanganak sa kanya, hanggang mag 2 years old siya. So the science and the experts have shown na pag kulang yung nutritional intake ng bata in the first 1,000 days of life, no? And that's pretty much 3 years, 'di ba? From conception to birth hanggang mag 2 years old ang bata. Pag kulang yung nutrition niya, hindi na ma-maximize yung full brain growth potential niya, pati yung physical development. So, pag hindi mo inagapan at that first 1,000 days of life, maaring dehado na siya habang buhay. Kasi yung rapid brain development starts there. At kung hindi na-reach yung maximum brain potential niya, then mahirap ng, di ba, habulin yun. So, that's one indicator. The second indicator is yung general population natin, kung how secure or food insecure sila or how hungry sila. So, ang isang tinitingnan natin by the private sector is yung SWS survey. So, base sa SWS survey, maganda na yung ating progress sa laban against hunger under the administration ni Pangulong Duterte. Kasi bago sumapit yung COVID, bago dumating yung COVID sa bansa, in the fourth quarter of 2019, no? Kasi 2020 pumasok yung COVID eh. In the fourth quarter of 2019, yung ating hunger incidence base sa SWS nasa 8%. So napakababa na nun, no? Kasi maraming nagtatrabaho, maraming nakakain ng karamihan sa mga pamilya, so 8%, which is very, very low. Ibig sabihin, papunta na tayo, kung tuloy-tuloy na sana yun, di ang 8 maging 6, ang 6 maging 5, 4, 3, di ba? Papunta ka na sa 0 eh. Tapos dumating yung COVID. So pagdating ng COVID, yung dating 8, naging 16. From 16, umakyat to 20. Yung 20, naging 30%. So at one point, sa kasagsagan ng COVID, on the third quarter of 2020, we hit our highest 30%. Ibig sabihin, 1/3 ng buong population ng bansa ay nakaranas ng gutom sa loob ng 3 buwan. Nakalipas na 3 buwan. Mabuti na lang nung fourth quarter ng 2020 na pababa natin to 16, bumalik sa 16%. Hanggang ngayon, parang nag-plateau na siya to 16, 16%. So 16% ng population natin ay nakakaranas ng gutom sa loob ng 3 buwan. Nakalipas sa 3 buwan. So, dahil nandito pa ngayon COVID at marami pa tayong mga restrictions, community quarantine, nag-hover na siya dyan sa 16. Ang target natin, bago matapos yung term ni Pangulong Duterte, mapabagsak natin yung bilang ng mga nagugutom sa bansa, back to 8%. Para sana, sa next administration, yun ang mamanahin nila sa atin, sa administration na to, na bumalik sa 8% yung bilang ng mga nagugutom sa bansa. So hopefully, mas mababa pa doon. But if we want to be realistic and set a realistic target, we want to bring it back to 8.8%.
Ayun. So thank you so much, Cabsec, no, for providing us an insight or information about our fight against zero hunger. Kasi nga, with the current situations that we have, itong pandemya, I think very challenging. I'm not think, but I'm pretty sure that this pandemic time made it very hard for you and for the team, no, to fight. Kasi nga, ang daming unemployed, ang daming nawala ng trabaho during this pandemic time, and ang daming nawala ng pangkabuhayan, no, and because of that, I believe na medyo tumaas yung numbers natin, no, but I'm pretty sure that with our consistent fight, with our consistent efforts, no, in fighting against zero hunger, and with your leadership, I'm pretty sure that we're actually doing good.
Tama yan, Eman, no? Kasi very connected talaga ang gutom at kabuhayan. Diba? Medyo obvious naman, di ba? Kung walang magugutom kung lahat nagtatrabaho. Kumbaga, kung lahat may kabuhayan, lahat may livelihood, at lahat kumikita ng pera, walang magugutom na pamilya. No? But right now, because nga medyo restricted ang movements ng lahat, gawa nitong COVID, nandun pa tayo dun sa nananatili sa 16% yung mga nagugutom. So ang tanong ngayon, anong ginagawa ng gobyerno? So right now, ang gusto ko lang ma-share is, syempre yung inuuna natin yung mga kabataan. Dito sa laban against gutom, no? Kasi syempre yung mga kabataan, walang kalaban-laban yan, di ba? Hindi makakalabas ng bahay, hindi naman makakatrabaho. So, saan sila aasa? Kaya nga po, sa Department of Education, yung DepEd, ay kahit na walang face-to-face classes, pinagpatuloy po natin yung school-based feeding program ng DepEd. So kahit walang face-to-face classes, tinuloy natin yung programa tapos dinedeliver na lang natin yung pagkain house-to-house sa bata or sinasabay natin sa pag-pick up ng modules ng mga magulang, sinasabay natin yung nutritious food products, pati gatas, binibigay natin para sa mga bata. No? Sa DSWD, sila naman po yung in charge sa mga daycare centers called the Child Development Centers. So patuloy din po yung supplemental feeding program ng DSWD. Ito nagki-cater to the 3 years to 5 years old na children na nag-attend ng daycare. So kahit wala pong face-to-face classes ang daycare ngayon, ganun din po, tuloy pa rin yung supplemental feeding program. And then ang pinakabagong feeding program na inilunsad po natin kamakailan lamang under the administration ni Pangulong Duterte, yung Tutok Kainan Supplementation Program. Ang target naman nito, mga buntis na nanay na classified as nutritionally at risk, pregnant women, and children na maliit ang timbang or undernourished children na 6 months old to 23 months old. So, ibig sabihin, 6 months old to under 2 years old. So, ito naman po yung pinakabagong program. But because bago po siya, ay nagpa-pilot pa lang po tayo. May ilang mga provinces lang po ang covered. At yung mga provinces na to, ito yung provinces na may pinakamataas na bilang ng mga underweight and undernourished na children under 2 years old. So ito yung mga hakbang na ginagawa ng gobyerno para maproteksyonan natin ang mga kabataan, mapangalagaan ang kanilang nutrition at ang kanilang pagkain habang may kinakaharap tayong pandemya. Then of course, para naman sa kabuhayan, which is also panlaban sa gutom, ay safely, unti-unti, binubuksan natin yung ekonomiya para makapagbalik ng trabaho ng ating mga kababayan. Pero alam niyo naman, no, very challenging kasi bubuksan mo na mag-MGCQ ka, tapos biglang may darating na variant, so balik ka na naman sa GCQ, babalik ka naman sa MGCQ, diba? So, mag-GCQ or ECQ or MECQ ka, diba? kahit na mga area na dating NGCQ na medyo mas maluwag, pinakamaluwag na classification. Pero yun nga, ang laban against COVID is really ganyan eh. Pabago-bago yung pagkalat ng virus na ito. So, the best talaga is ma-vaccinate na natin ang lahat, no? And that's a target by December of this year, 2021. Hopefully, ma-achieve na natin yung 70 million Filipinos na fully vaccinated para mas mabuksan pa natin lalo yung economy at safely makabalik ng trabaho, kabuhayan at mga livelihoods ng ating mga kababayan ay mabalik din po natin.
Ayun. So, ayun po, Kabsec, no, gusto ko lang din i-support yung statement mo kanina kasi po I used to work as the Child and Youth Development Focal po ng City Social Welfare and Development Office. So, ayun po, yung feeding po talaga natin is actually still ongoing, no. In fact, kahapon nag-distribute din ng isa sa mga distrito dito sa Davao City, no, sa City Poblacion B. Headed by the district head, Ma'am Gina Mulon, no? Nag-distribute sila ng kanilang feeding din para sa mga children ages 3 to 5 years old doon sa mga daycare center. And it's actually a good project, no? It's actually a good initiative, especially in this time of pandemic talaga na ang daming-dami talagang batang nagugutom because of the unemployment and because yung sa mga nawala ng pangkabuhayan. But relating to the relating to the current generation kasi nga as we all know that the youth are responsible, no, or actually their sole responsible is to help in nation building and in the governance. So question po, Sec, is that what are the major rules po? Ano ba yung mga rules ng ating mga kabataan, especially in nation building and in relation to the current situation that we have now?
Ako, para sa akin, ang immediate na kailangan, ang pwedeng contribute ng mga kabataan natin, sa akin lang ha, is magtanim. Magtanim ng gulay. Magtanim ng gulay sa bakuran, magtanim ng gulay sa communities, kumbaga grow your own food. Not just for your families but for your community. Ito yung nakita natin sa COVID, no? Dito sa laban against COVID, minsan mas importante pang pagkain kesa sa lahat, no? Kahit pera, no? Especially nung kasagsagan ng COVID, 'di ba? Parang kahit may pera ka, kung wala namang pagkain, hindi nakakarating yung pagkain dito sa baba, sa mga merkado. Useless din. Anong gawin mo sa pera? So, yung food security talaga is very important. Kung meron man pinakita yung COVID na realization para sa atin is dapat maging resilient tayo at maging food secure. So, ang sinusulong namin ngayon dito sa task force namin is talagang itulak ang ating mga kababayan na maging mas resilient at dapat marunong mag-grow ng kanilang own food. No? Kahit sa bakuran, kahit sa community. Dito mo na-appreciate yung mga dating program, yung mga programa ng gobyerno na hindi dati pinapansin. No? Yung gulayan sa paaralan, no? Yung gulayan sa barangay, yung gulayan sa bakuran. So right now, ang ginagawa po ng inyong pamahalaan ay yung mga 4Ps, no, beneficiaries natin. Alam niyo yung 4Ps, 'di ba, yung Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program, mga CCTs, mga Conditional Cash Transfer beneficiaries natin. Talagang sinulong talaga at inano talaga sila, in-encourage talaga na magtanim ng sariling pagkain. So, all over the country, kalat naman, no, marami namang 4Ps all over the country. Ngayon, ina-encourage talaga natin sila na magtanim ng sariling pagkain. Gulay talaga. So, naging successful tayo doon. Pero ang naging challenge natin ay yung mga 4Ps na nasa urban areas. Kasi kung rural areas, maraming mapagtaniman no. Actually, blessed Pilipinas, alam nyo, blessed ng Philippines kasi kahit anong itanim mo, sa lupa natin tumutubo.
Yeah.
So, sobrang blessed tayo. You cannot say the same thing about other countries, ha. Ibang countries, hindi kasing blessed ng Pilipinas na tayo kahit anong tanim mo, tutubo eh. So, you have to use that advantage. So, maganda naman sa latag namin, sa rural areas, walang problema. Ang challenge yung urban. Sa urban areas, dahil sementado, walang mapagtaniman, di ba? So, dapat ang isulong natin dito yung container gardening. Gamit ka ng mga i-recycle natin yung mga container, water container, no? Bottle containers, mga ganyan. Container ng tubig, container ng kung ano-ano. Tapos magtanim doon. At urban agriculture talaga. Ang dapat matutunan natin sa mga urban areas. So yun ang sinusulong natin ngayon. And then of course, nire-revive natin yung barangay, gulayan sa barangay, lalo-lalo yung gulayan sa paralan. So, especially in the urban areas na wala namang mapagtaniman, we are now looking at schools, public schools, na may mga open areas or mapagtaniman na areas, mga public schools natin, para ma-revive yung gulayan sa paralan. At isang sinusulong namin kung maaari na pwedeng itanim, malunggay or sa Binisaya kamunggay. Because yung malunggay is superfood yan eh. Superfood, di ba? Maraming micronutrients yan eh. Vitamins, minerals, and micronutrients sa malunggay. So, isa rin yan sa mga sinusulong natin because ang laban against hunger is also laban against malnutrition. So yan, that's one thing na palagay ko that the youth can really actively participate in. Yung tulungan ang mga communities to grow their own food. And then pangalawa, kailangan pag-aralan niyo yung first 1,000 days of life. Make it like an advocacy talaga. Because right now, that's something na, kumbaga yung youth kasi, meron kayo tinatawag na intergenerational responsibility. English yun Pero ang ibig sabihin ng intergenerational responsibility is your responsibility to the next generation. Especially kasi kayo yung youth eh. Kumbaga kayo yung mga kuya at ate ng darating na henerasyon. And the next generation are those who are conceived or born today at swak na swak, tatama talaga sila sa first 1,000 days of life. And again, this is an information that, and knowledge and information that wasn't available to us before or wasn't really talked about before. Hindi talaga pinag-usapan ito eh. Ngayon lang talaga. At maganda na pinirmahan ni Pangulong Duterte itong first 1,000 days of life na batas. It really acknowledges that if you want to take care of the next generation, you start in the first 1,000 days of life. At yung ambag at contribution niyo at tulong niyo sa first 1,000 days of life will really spell the difference for the future of our country. Kasi sila yung next generation, sila yung magmamana, sila yung future. But you have to take care of their future from the moment of conception, from the moment na nabuo sila sa sinapupunan ng bata. Doon pa lamang, turuan na natin yung mga nanay, mga buntis na nanay, kung paano pangalagaan ang nutritional intake ng bata sa kanilang sinapupunan hanggang sa pagpanganak sa kanila na kailangan exclusively breastfed. Yung breastfeeding, napaka-importante. The first 6 months, dapat exclusive breastfed po yan para to make sure na nakukuha ng bata yung sapat na kalusugan. Pagpatak ng 6 months, kumbaga after 6 months and 1 day, the science says, hindi sapat ang breastfeeding lang. After 6 months and 1 day, kailangan may complementary feeding. Dito na papasok yung dapat tama rin yung kinakain ng sanggol na 6 months plus 1 day onwards. Na breastfed siya and then may complementary feeding. And then tuloy-tuloy na yan hanggang mag 2 years old ang bata. So, napaka-importante po yun. There's really a science behind it. And I think the youth of today should really get involved and really know, no, yung mga requirements sa first 1,000 days of life.
Ayun. Sir Vince, do we have any or do we have other questions apart from the one I thrown to Cabinet Secretary?
Wala akong questions. I just want to second that idea, no, and I am seeing it as a way, a good project. Pwede natin sigurong tawagin na Project 1,000. Cabinet Sec, we can invite. It would be good if we can invite stakeholders, experts from different fields. Siguro no, yung something to do with child and adolescent developmental psychology. They could sit down and then try to think of ano bang pwedeng activity siguro. Not just the food intake. Pwede din sigurong may physical siguro, may exercise ba or pag-massage sa baby. All of the activities that we could incorporate for the first 1,000 days. Maganda 'yun kasi nga that's relatively part of yung tinatawag na formative years ng isang bata. And Eman and the Cabinet Sec, may isa kasing nagtanong kanina and I shared the same question with her or him ba yun, na ano ba yung para sa ano ba yung parang major differences and common na attributes ng youth noon and ng youth today?
Idealism.
Oh, that's common.
Pag mga kabataan, whatever generation, I think, no, kahit nung medyo bata-bata pa yung aming mga magulang, even I'm sure yung kanilang mga magulang during those times na medyo bata pa sila, there's always the idealism. I think innate na yan sa any human being. It's innate in any human being to help a fellow human being, no? Yan yung yan yung konsyensya mo. It's your conscience or the voice of God inside of you, or God inside of you, or the spirit moving you, but it's already innate in us, no? As human beings to help fellow human beings. It just so happens na during the time ng kabataan, you're filled with a lot of idealism, no? Kasama diyan sa, I guess, in terms of when you become adolescents, when you become older, syempre nung medyo bata-bata ka pa, yung mga grade school ka pa, di ba? You'll go through that process na it's from being solely concerned about yourself, di ba? Then you start to realize your concern for brother, sister, parents, family. Then you start to become concerned about your community, di ba? So as you develop, as you grow older and older, parang there's always yung mo to go outward, to go out of yourself to help others, di ba? From family to community to hanggang pag medyo teenager ka na or adolescent ka na, gusto mo na ring i-save ang world, di ba? From the community to the world, di ba? You wanna solve the problems of the world. And that's common to all youth. I believe lahat ng mga youth naman ay may idealism. Of course, when you get older, as you get older and as you experience and as you get hurt, di ba? You experience hurt. Sometimes yung idealism, natatemper na siya. Natatemper na siya to, depende, no, on you. Sometimes, na-jaded ka na or na-frustrate ka na, di ba? Kasi yung idealism mo, ginagawa mo ng paraan pero it doesn't result to what you expect it to be, or you get hurt, di ba? So in life you will always go through those ups and downs, bumps along the road, etc., challenges that you may or may not overcome. And then napansin ko lang from being trying to conquer the world, As you get older also, you also realize na if you try to conquer the world, parang it becomes too big na ma-overwhelm ka at ma-frustrate ka. So siguro ang aking advice na lang is you always start with the little things, the small things. And you allow those little things and small things to create ripples. Magkakaroon ng ripple effect yan. Diba? And don't be frustrated if feeling mo yung mga ginawa mo or yung mga nagawa mo is not producing the enormous results that you want to happen. Because in life, you have to realize na basta you doing something and it's making a difference in the lives of 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 people, then that's enough. And then just keep going and going. No? Those small little things will make a difference eventually. Kasi hindi mo naman pasan ang mundo eh. But what you really need to do is to have many of you doing the same thing. So if you're doing, everyone is doing little things, small things, their own little way. Pag pinagsama-sama mo lahat naman ng yan, ay it will spell a big difference. The second is education, really. And empowerment. Education and empowerment. Dalawa yan. Kasi sometimes feeling mo, parang kumbaga, ikaw ba magsosolve ng problema ng mundo? Ikaw ba magsosolve ng problema ng mga mahihirap na mga kababayan? Ikaw ba magsosolve ng problema ng mga nahihirapan nating mga kababayan? Or bibigyan mo ba sila ng pagkakataon na matulungan nila ang kanilang sarili? Ano yung mas sustainable? Ako, palagay ko ang mas sustainable yung education and empowerment. Diba? So maybe that's something that you also consider. Do not do it na ikaw ang pasan mo o ikaw yung hahanap o gagawa ng solusyon. No. The person you want to help, you allow him or her to solve the problem with you. Dalawa kayong magtulungan. Then it becomes more sustainable. So, dapat hindi ikaw yung savior niya. Kumbaga, you allow him or her to save themselves with you assisting them. That becomes, then it's more sustainable and it becomes more effective.
Mhm. Correct,
Grabe
correct.
yung
I
ano,
do
no?
agree
Grabe.
on that. Oh, Sir Vince, actually, I'd like to agree on Kabsek mentioned kasi I'm also taking Bachelor of Science in Social Work at the moment, no, currently Kabsek, and isa doon sa principles ng social work to help the client realizes his or her problem, no, hindi lang yung nagbibigay tayo ng bigas, ng pagkain, ng financial na support sa kanila, but we help them realize their problem, and then through by realizing their problem, they must also find a way in addressing their problems para in the future time, kung wala na tayo to help them, at least, no, they could sustainably help themselves to proceed with their lives. Ayun yung parang nakuha ko doon, Kabsek, no, kasi being social welfare or social worker ng syudad sa Davao, Kabsek, we always do that, no, we always do that practice to really encourages our clients to realize their problems kasi nga paano na ba kung wala talagang tutulong sa kanila, mamamatay ba sila or mabubuhay ba sila kung wala talagang tutulong sa kanila. So it's a must that we teach them how to catch fish instead of we give them fishes to eat, parang ganung bagay. So Sir Vince,
Tama yan. Kasi
Yeah, tama.
example, yung sa stunted, balikan ko yung stunted or underweight na children, di ba?
mm-mm.
So, ang ginagawa ng gobyerno is tinitimbang ang mga bata. No? Tapos, marinig mo na lang na pag tinitimbang ang bata, during that time na nagkakaroon na tayo ng operation timbang, tinitimbang ang bata. Pag timbang sa bata, sabihin nung nagtimbang or yung barangay health worker or barangay nutrition scholar sa nanay, o yung anak mo underweight. Tapos yun na yun. It's not enough that you tell
Yes.
yung nanay na, oh, underweight ang bata mo. Okay, anong next, di ba? Dapat doon na papasok yung, okay, dapat ano yung step by step, anong kailangan gawin, paano niya tulungan yung sarili niya, educate them, bigyan mo ng mga menu ng masustansyang pagkain, ganyan. Bigyan mo ng iba't ibang idea. It has to be it's not enough na na-identify ko na underweight ang bata mo tapos iwanan mo lang. Dapat mag-ano talaga kayo. You process the problem. Tama yung sabi ni Emma. You process the problem together and then process the solution together. Then hanap kayo ng solution together, no? So it's really empowering them to help themselves kasi hindi naman yung last or kahuli-huli ang anak niya eh. At baka may iba pa siyang anak. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, the problem is systemic. And the way to solve the problem is to fix the system in the household by giving them the tools, the knowledge, the education, the capability na ayusin yung sistema sa bahay. Minsan, baka ano lang, it's in the menu na pinapakain or yung accessibility sa pagkain, baka gulay lang, di ba? Community gardening, things like that for communities to help themselves. Sa community gardening, may livelihood na rin kayo dyan eh, di ba? So maraming opportunities, but again, it's empowerment and education is very important.
Grabe yung ano no, Eman, yung wisdom na nakuha ko kay Cab Secretary. It reminds me of the yung parang nasabi din na of our late Senator Miriam Defensor na tinatawag na concept natin of our shared destiny. 'Di ba na-mention niya kanina yung idealism. We all have our ideals regardless sa generation, be it yung sa una or the youth of today. We all have yung parang yung common aspirations for our common future kasi nga ano bang tawag yun? We do not only live for ourselves. Parang ang insight ko dun is that we all have moral obligation for
Yes.
each other. And siguro sa context ng education kasi nasa education ako na field. Siguro sa context ng education, ito yung yung parang theory ni Bronfenbrenner, yung moral development theory, na ang sabi doon sa kanyang theory is yung a child needs the enduring irrational involvement of one or more adults in care of and in joint activity with that child. In short, somebody has to be, gusto kong i-emphasize ito na portion. Somebody has to be crazy about that kid. So yun na nga, yung it should be, we really have to be crazy. Parang siya, parang exaggerated siya pagkasabi, but we really have to be crazy with providing them with yung food, yung siguro moral support, social support, lahat na siguro andun na sa So yun lang magmaganda sa atin kasi although despite the differences, we have something in common. Yun yung tama ngayon yung idealism. Although at some point tulad ng na-mention ni Kabsek, na sometimes siguro we get frustrated kasi kung ano yung whatever we want for the nation and for the youth. Sometimes parang hindi na realize, 'di ba gawa na rin siguro ng maraming factor. Ayun. So pero yun yung sinasabi 'di ba Kabsek na laban lang. Alright. Well, aside sa mga questions natin, let's also entertain yung mga questions ng ating audience before we wrap up this talk with our Kabsek.
Yes po.
Sino ba yung pwedeng mauna?
I think meron
Sige.
akong meron akong nakitang question here. Medyo medyo off siya konti doon sa ating discussion, pero sabi ni Casey Monique Trinidad, what skills and attitude are important for us youth to learn in order to build just and peaceful society po. Ayun po yung question, Kabsek.
You have to find peace in yourself first. If you want to build a just and peaceful society, you have to find peace in yourself first. And if I may suggest or recommend, lead a prayerful life. lead a life of prayer, openness. No, so skills and attitude. Number one, again, like be prayerful, find peace in yourself, and the way to find peace in yourself is to have a prayerful relationship with God. Kasi you have to be open also to God's will, di ba? Kasi we don't know anong gusto ng Diyos sa atin, di ba? We're put in this world for a purpose, pero it's finding your life's purpose. That's really finding your life's purpose is really something that you will have to discover for yourself in the course of living your life. Diba? Bakit ba ako nandito sa mundo? Ano bang role ko dito? So you have to be open. And to be open, you have to be prayerful to ask God ano bang role ko dito. So open to opportunities, open to anong saan ka gusto ilagay ng Panginoon. I think if each of us yan ang gagawin, then we will have a big and great contribution to a just and peaceful society. Start with yourself and try to make a difference in whatever wherever God leads you, and be a symbol of peace, diba? Kumbaga, you know, being a symbol of peace, being somebody who's living a prayerful and peaceful life, with peace with your world and your community and your family, being the peacemaker, that will lead to many things.
Ayun. Sir Vince. So find peace, no? We have to siguro para sa akin I have to personally I have to define peace, no? Kung ano ba yung peace na gusto ko. And then when I get the definition of the peace I want, then I should start the peace from myself. From within me, gaya nung sinabi ni Cabinet Secretary. Ikaw naman, Sir Vince. Ano
Alam
naman
mo
yung takeaways mo
alam mo
doon?
Eman and Kabsek parang parang ganito na statement ni Kabsek, parang naalala ko tuloy yung series ng Netflix na The 100. Baliw
100
na ako
hit.
talaga sa The 100. I don't know kung, ah, nagawa si Kabsek niyan. Pero may tumatak talaga dun na na parang ano siya, na parang principle na speaking of peace, it's not always na totoo na blood must have blood, yung dun sa movie. Blood may also not have blood. Kasi living a life is more than just surviving. Life is more than just um living your day, parang ganun. So we have to note and remember that we are not alone in this world. We have there are other people other than us na nag-exist din dito sa mundo, and we have to embrace differences. 'Di ba? Tulad nung sa movie, may grounders, may sky people, may from the city of light. May mga anong tawag nung ibang clan. They have differences, pero towards the later end na nakita ng mga leaders ba that it shouldn't be always about na blood must have blood, or a tooth for a tooth, or parang ganun. It should start within yourself. 'Di ba? Tulad nung ginawa ng mga ng leaders nila, they realize na it's not just about my people. Kasi ganun yung Kabsek at saka Eman, yung idea ng leaders, I am just protecting my people. Ganun yung mga pinaglalaban nila. I just did it for my people. But we have to change the concept of my people. 'Di ba kasi sa Philippine politics, 'di ba? We have different colors. We have yellow here, we have red, we have blue. So I think we have to put an end to the idea na my people, ganito ganyan. But we have to change my people to our people. Kasi again and again, we have a moral obligation to each one. Oh, 'di ba? Dapat yung panuurin yun maganda, may matutunan ka talaga sa war, sa peace. May mga may mga principles na parang ang sakit isipin, pero alam mo yung na, oo nga no, minsan may sacrifice, may ganito. And just to cause change, for change to take effect, and for the
Mm.
development. Okay. Cubsec, I will not hold you any longer. But before we bid goodbye, I will mention muna a list of names, and then you try to describe each one of them using only one word. One word lang talaga. Okay? So walang side comment, ganun. Okay? You ready, Cubsec? Para ano, sino kaya ito?
Okay. Game naman
Alright.
si Cubsec eh.
Sige po. Pero pag hindi mo siya kilala, kailangan mong uminom ng tubig. So parang yun ang challenge. Hindi, joke lang. Pero pag wala kang tubig dyan, okay lang po yun. Okay, ito yung pinakauna, Cubsec, si ano po, Debbie Bartolo. Okay, how about si Jessa Garibay? Hindi
No.
rin. Montana Dominguez. Ayan, sige.
Sino, mga ano ba to? Baka generation niya din. Hindi ko na generation niya.
And then, kinuha ko lang siya sa ano, Cubsec CNN Live.
Nahalata tuloy edad natin.
Nahalata tuloy eh. Yung mga famous youth leaders daw. Sige, ito. Another set naman tayo. President Duterte.
Tapang.
Ayun. Sige, Eman, ikaw naman, mabigay ka.
Wala akong maisip. Sino ba? Wala akong maisip na pangalan. Wala akong maisip na pangalan.
Ito na lang, yung friend niya, ni Cubsec. Manny Pacquiao.
Pacman.
Oo nga, ano? Nagpa-Pacquiao. Okay, eto. Diba? Cabinet Secretary Karlo Nograles.
Birthday bukas.
Birthday bukas.
Alright, Cabinet Secretary Karlo Nograles. I know this may sound very ideal, pero ano po yung birthday wish mo for yourself? Another is for Davao City, and the third is for the country, the Philippines, and the last one is for the world. So apat yun. So ano yung wish mo for all those?
Well, for myself, ano lang naman eh. Gaya ng sabi ko kanina, it's really as tulad ng anybody, it's finding your life's purpose na in the world. Diba? Especially para sa amin na nasa gobyerno, di mo rin alam, di ba? Kasi like, matatapos na rin ang term ni Pangulong Duterte, di ba? So, saan ako ilalagay ni God pagkatapos nito? Kasi pag term out ni Pangulo, term out na rin ako. So, I don't know also. So, ang prayer ko lang is God will lead me to where He wants me to go. And wherever I am needed to serve in whatever capacity, whether it's big or small, okay lang, basta makatulong lang in whatever way I can at to give glory back to God. No? For Davao naman, ang wish ko naman sa Davao has been the same with all Davaoenos. No? Peace in Davao. Everybody is living a good life, a comfortable life. Lahat ay maaari nagtatrabaho o may hanap buhay. Nabubuhay nila yung kanilang pamilya, mga kabataan nag-aaral, maganda yung future. Ang struggles kasi ng Davao from before the time ni Pangulong Duterte, yung sa peace and order, di ba? Nung naging mayor si Pangulong Duterte, pati si Mayor Sara, nahanap natin yung peace in Davao. No? Although it's not perfect, pero meron talagang challenges yan. And then from peace, nagkaroon ng prosperity, especially now, na si Pangulong Duterte is the president. Of course, nagkaroon ng extra attention din sa Davao. And kilala na ang Davao worldwide na rin, diba? So, happy for Davao and hopefully na mag-continue yung growth, development, and peace and progress of Davao City. For our country, sa totoo lang, ang prayer ko for the country is we be united. We be united. Daming away-away, di ba? Medyo maingay. Something that we really don't need right now in this time of pandemic. I was hoping more na sa time ng pandemic, dapat magtulungan. Sama-sama magtulungan, no? Um, okay naman mag-suggest, okay naman mag-recommend, pero kung for political purposes na, iba na yun eh, no? Maganda rin mag-recommend ka, tapos may gagawin ka. Hindi yung away lang away, di ba? Hindi na siya productive criticism. Kumbaga, criticism for the sake of politics, hindi rin maganda. We need to get out of our cycle of boom and bust yung bansa natin, di ba? Ganda na ng take off, tapos bilang ganda na ng take off, then di ba? It's always that boom and bust tayo eh. Kasi masyadong napopoliticize na. I think we really have to have a system of continuity para tuloy-tuloy ang take off, no? Yun lang naman ang kulang sa Pilipinas talaga. I mean, all of the tools are there. Ginagawa natin ang lahat, no? Nilibre na natin ang college, di ba? May libre ng health, di ba? Ginawa na ni Pangulo lahat. Namamahagi ng mga lupa, agrarian reform, everything, no? So, yun lang. Medyo based on the Constitution, hanggang dyan ka lang. So, hopefully, yung next admin, whatever comes in, hindi yung sirain mo yung nagawa ng previous, di ba? Kaya, back down na naman. Dapat tuloy-tuloy yung take off ng bansa. And what was the last one? Ano yung wish ko for the
world po.
For the
world? Mawala ang COVID sa buong mundo. Kasi buong mundo yan, di ba? And daming challenges. And to learn from this COVID experience. Ganon din yung nakita natin na highlight ng COVID. In the world, what happens is meron talagang divide between the developing countries and the developed countries. Mayayaman na bansa at yung mahihirap na bansa. Walang equality. Even with the vaccines. Diba? Kumbaga, nagkaroon ng self-survival muna. Kinalimutan mo na yung iba, kami muna, saka na kayo. Parang ganun ang naging attitude. Na-highlight ng COVID, especially sa vaccines. Nagkaroon ng vaccine inequality. Something that the world still needs to, realize and work on. COVID has taught us that no one is safe unless everyone is safe, di ba? Kanga. So dapat yung obligation mo to your citizens doesn't stop there. Your obligation is to the whole world. Kasi sama-sama tayo dito sa laban against COVID. Safe nga kayo, pero yung ibang countries hindi safe. Naka-vaccinate man kayo, pero other countries hindi vaccinated. So, how do we live our lives now? Knowing that we can't go back to normal unless everyone is vaccinated, diba? So, ganun. Still a lot of things that we have to learn as a human race. That we're all human beings and we need to help everyone survive and thrive. It cannot be the attitude na kami muna, saka na kayo. So I think that's something that we still need to learn as a human race, as human beings.
Wow, grabe. Galing. Alright, and Kabsek, eto na lang last na lang talaga come 2022 elections, dugtungan mo lang ito. Okay, pwede mang joke lang naman ito eh. Karlo Nograles para sa sige, baka na nag-loading si
Para sa zero hunger.
Oh, wow, grabe, magaling. Panalo. Nice. All right. There you have it, JMC EduTrends family, the cabinet secretary. We have Kabse Karlo Alexei B. Nograles, Let us do muna, Emmanuel, and Kabsek, please stay for a while because we're going to present to you our token of appreciation. Let us first do, Emmanuel, another quick shout out to our viewers joining us on Facebook and on
Mhm.
YouTube. Pwede bang pabasa ng mga nakiki-join sa atin today?
Let me check ha. Heart lang from Joma May Palero. Heart ang sabi niya. So let's see other comments. Hana Laguna, sabi niya para sa ekonomiya. Woo! Ayan. So and GD Sabusap, sabi niya para sa zero hunger. Ayun. And LV Dominguez, stand strong daw no. J Marians and stand strong Philippines Navy. Hanid Dian Haladil, we should live and try to help and be cooperative as individual citizens. So probably ito yun sa mga health protocols natin, no? We should um, follow and obey. Ayan. So stand for zero hunger, sabi naman ni LV. So ang daming interested Cabsec being one of the active youth leaders here in Davao City. I'm really looking forward to work with the Zero Hunger project in Davao City. So ayun po baka naman in the future pwede natin yun siya pag-usapan. Ayun siya. So back to normal, let's go Philippines. So ayun siya no, we would like to thank and appreciate all our viewers sa Facebook Live tsaka doon sa ating YouTube. Last shout out from Marchi Labos. Long live Honorable Karlo Nograles. Fight for zero hunger. Ayan. Hindi lang siguro fight for zero hunger but fight for equality and peace no for everyone. Ayun siya. So best speaker ever by Lauren Galdo. So ayun Sek Kabsek, daghan kaayong salamat Sek no. Thank you so much for gracing and for giving us your time. We know that you are super duper busy but gitagaan gud minimo og time. You give us time and privilege to be with us this morning. Sir Vince?
All right. Yep. Please stay for a while po. We will be right back after a short break so that we can give you our token of appreciation. Meanwhile, let us check this first. Stand by with us and let us all together watch this.
Do you want to have a lab life? Are you a person who is curious, process oriented, accurate, self sufficient, and fascinated by science? Do you have keen observational skills, good color perception, and manual dexterity? Are you able to work under pressure, work alone and with a team, and are accountable and responsible? Then you might just be one of the many who is qualified for a lab life. Enroll in BS Medical Laboratory Science Technology or BS in Medical Technology at Jose Maria College. There is a vast landscape of opportunities waiting in the field of medical laboratory science work. You can choose where you want to spend your lab life with. Medical technology professionals are mostly sought after in hospitals, private laboratories, university research labs, public health facilities, biotechnology companies, specialty labs, scientific equipment sales. In Jose Maria College, we have highly trained professionals and high-tech facilities to help prepare your future lab life. Enroll in Jose Maria College and flex on the new normal in education with our flexible learning modality for an assured, consistent, and quality education. For more information, visit our website at www.jmc.edu.ph or our Facebook page at Facebook/Jose Maria College. You can also email admissions@jmc.edu.ph for admission requirements for the BS in Medical Laboratory Science Technology.
And we are back. As promised, we shall now present our institutional token of appreciation sa ating guest speaker for today. Once again, daghan gyud kay salamat Cabinet Secretary Karlo Alexei Bendigo Nograles sa imuhang presensya today, on behalf po of our founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, our school administrator, Ma'am Rosemary de Magnaong, and the rest of the JMC family, I am certain that we have really learned a lot and gained so much knowledge and wisdom from your talk po. And now to formally express our institutional gratitude, may I now present to you our token of appreciation. Let me first read the citation. Jose Maria College, Philippine-Japan Friendship Highway, Sasa, Davao City. Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Cabinet Secretary Karlo Alexei B. Nograles, Cabinet Secretary of the Republic of the Philippines, for his selfless service in sharing his knowledge and expertise as our highly esteemed resource speaker in the webinar, The Filipino Youth of Today, Guiding of the New Generation, during the JMC EduTrends live stream program given the second day of September 2021, a day before the birthday of our resource speaker at Jose Maria College, Philippine-Japan Friendship Highway, Sasa, Davao City, Philippines. Signed, of course, by the school president, Dr. Felix D. Chavez. Ayan po, we are more than grateful to have you, Cabinet Sec Nograles. Really had great time. Daghang salamat jud kayo, Cabinet Sec. No, any last words po, Cabsec?
Yes,
Our
daghang kay
Filipino youth.
salamat. Thank you. Daghang kay salamat kanimo, Vince, ug Emma, no. And of course kay Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy. Thank you. Salamat sa tanan-tanan, hilabi na sa padayon nimong pagsuporta kay Pangulong Duterte, especially during these very challenging times, no? Kay Dr. Felix Chavez, ug siyempre pa sa atong school administrator, and of course kay Dr. Mark Libre, sa tanang mga faculty and staff, ug sa tanang mga estudyante nga nagtanaw na minaw karon sa tibok puwersa sa JMC. Salamat kayo sa tanan-tanan sa kanunay ug padayon ninyong pag-invite kanako sa tanan ninyong mga activities. It's really an honor and I'm truly privileged to always be invited to all of your activities. So salamat kayo and more power. Mabuhay ang lahat. Amping kanunay, and of course ampo sa kamo kanunay. Always lead a prayerful life and ask always for God's kindness, protection, and blessings for you and your family. Thank you.
There we have it. That's a wrap. This is once again JMC EduTrends, produced by the Jose Maria College Training and Development Office in partnership, of course, with the JMC Communications Office. Once again, don't forget to find and follow us on Facebook and YouTube for more updates. This is your host, Lord Vincent Van Mendoza. Together with me is
Emmanuel Christmas, and of course, our guest speaker this morning, Cabinet Secretary Karlo Nograles. Daghang salamat, dalay ko ng Diyos. Keep safe, everyone.
See you in our next episode. Keep safe. Goodbye.
That ends another substantive discussion on JMC EduTrends, produced by the Jose Maria College Communication Affairs Office. On behalf of our founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, thank you for being with us. Join us again next time for another interesting, inspiring, and transcending discussion on JMC EduTrends. Bye everyone, and keep safe.